Hi guys, we are doing almost a week worth of dinners. I wanted to share with you some simple ideas, some different ideas, things that you can make in bulk batch cooking, freeze, defrost and feed for your family. The first one is some homemade pizzas. This pizza dough I purchased from Coles. I thought was a great buy. It was I think $2 and it ends up giving you 4 pizza dough balls that you can turn into pizza bases. You will see in the video, it was an epic fail. It was not a good purchase. It was difficult to roll into balls and I did not enjoy it. So I will not be purchasing this again. I think it was purchased about 3 or 4 weeks ago because it's taken me a while to film these dinners, picking dinners that I haven't shared before. But I do not recommend buying that pizza dough. It was not great. Anyway, cutting up a bunch of ingredients is to make for our pizzas. I try and plan this a bit earlier on in the afternoon, so all we have to do is build the pizzas when we're ready to do so. With pizzas, I used to make these in bulk and freeze. So make your pizzas, don't cook them, wrap them in alfoil, put them in the freezer, and when you want to have pizza night, it's like buying a commercial pizza from the supermarket. Take it out, put it into the oven, heat it up, and you've got homemade pizza for dinner. I am also making a very simple homemade garlic bread. Again, it was all stuff I had in the fridge or freezer. Half the French loaf was in the freezer. I had butter, garlic, wrapped it in alfoil and cooked it. With any leftovers from pizzas that we don't end up making pizzas with, I either put them in a Ziploc bag in the freezer and then the next time we do pizzas I can pull them out, or in this case we didn't have a lot left over. So I still put them in a Ziploc bag, but my husband actually ended up using it for an omelette the next day. So nothing went to waste when cooking this meal. And I'm now making the pizza dough. I thought I would share with you the frustration and the process of making it. I had to get flour out, I had to get the rolling pin, I had to try and roll it. It kept shrinking back down to this teeny tiny size. I couldn't get it to stay stretched. I thought I followed the instructions the way that were on the packet. I don't know, maybe I didn't, but this was a teeny tiny pizza. Was not impressed. I used all 4 of the doughs, but then ended up also using the pita bread that we usually purchase to make our pizzas with. I will not buy the dough again. I will stick to our normal pita bread because I can use that for other ingredients as well. And the overall cost of what I got for the pita bread versus pizza base dough, it's not worth it. These are tiny pieces, and you will see I do show you in the video the pita bread that we do use, and it's more than twice the size. Look at that. It is more than twice the size of the pizza doughs I've got. So I thought it was a cost-effective, easy idea. No, it wasn't. I would not recommend. I would not use. But look, we really enjoyed dinner that night. Homemade garlic bread and homemade pizza, and we just had some soft drink in the fridge, so it felt like a takeaway meal. But it was homemade, so we knew it was in it, and it probably worked out to be a lot more cost effective than purchasing something from a store. The next one I have shared before, but I'm sharing it again because I was doing a bit of meal prep on this day. I'm doing my pulled pork. Now I normally serve this with baked sweet potatoes. I empty the sweet potato insides out and I do like a little salsa on the side. I'm not going to show you how the end result looked. I'm just showing you the process. So pulled pork is a really good cheap cut of meat. I add some celery, I add some brown sugar, I add in some celery salt and other spices, salt, pepper, I think I said celery salt. I add in some cayenne pepper for a bit of spice. I add in garlic powder, onion powder, and I really slowly let this cook on the stove top for quite a few hours until it starts to fall apart. Now, if you don't have time like me to be home to monitor this, if you work full time, you could try like a slow cooker or a pressure cooker perhaps. I don't know, I don't own those devices. Adding water of course, but this is a really good piece of meat, really cheap to purchase, and this freezes really well. It is full of flavour. If you're wanting something kid friendly, don't put in the cayenne pepper, it can be quite strong, or just reduce the amount that you put in. I don't really measure. I chuck a spoonful of this in and a spoonful of that in, hope for the best, and I tweak as I go through. Now the pork does have a bit of fat on it, so once it starts to cook and fall apart, I pull that fat off and remove it. It doesn't really break it down. I don't love the fattiness of it, so that does come out. You could add onion into here. You could add some chili flakes into here and be really creative. This is just how I make it for our family, and we probably have this once every 2 to 3 weeks. It is really nice. Next, I'm making some lamb koftas for dinner. Never made these before, kind of tinked around with the ingredients, but it's 500 grams of lamb mince. I put in some garlic. We love garlic, so probably put in quite a bit. I then added some cumin, coriander, cinnamon, paprika, Kenya, and salt and pepper. As you can see, it's kind of like a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of each. I really did not measure. I also added in a cut up onion. Looking back, I wish I'd cut the onion a bit more fine. So if you had like a food processor, I would blitz it in the food processor. I also added some panko crumbs to help keep the shape of it, but literally it all went into the bowl, mushed it all around with a spoon or your fingers, and then I formed little like kofta logs, I want to say, and we ended up having wraps for dinner that night. Really enjoyed how this dinner came together because it was quick and easy. I could probably freeze that mince once I had made the spice mix to go through it. My kids really enjoyed it because I didn't make it too spicy. My husband liked it. It would be nice to have with wraps like we did, or I could turn it into more of a meal with some veggies on the side. It was a fun meal to make and probably a really good meal to have for like a lunch as well, given there were wraps with it, so very handy for leftovers. We didn't have any leftovers, but it would have been nice to have the leftovers for lunch the next day as well.
Moving, make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. You and me are moving, make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing as one.
Go on and get it. Now my dish I get asked about all the time is my 2-ingredient crumbed chicken. All you need is minced chicken, has to be minced chicken, and panko crumb. I'm adding more flavour into mine, so I've got 500 grams of minced chicken. I'm adding in a lot of garlic. I'm also adding in some lime juice. I prefer lemon juice, but I had a lime, so I'm putting in some lime juice, mixing it all together so it all just incorporates really well. I do it in the dish that I buy the mince in to save on washing up. Panko crumbs, that's all you need, but I add in some Italian herbs just to give it a little bit of flavour, and some pecorino cheese, really nice cheese, and it creates like a really nice crust when you put it in to cook it all up. And then you pretty much are going to make your mince patties, again, whether it's got mince in it, whether you've got little bits of like mozzarella cheese in the middle of it, whatever flavouring you've got in your chicken, plain or seasoned, then rub it in the panko crumb. Again, mine's got Italian herbs and pecorino cheese. You could add chili flakes in here, salt and pepper. Keep it really plain, it's up to you. And then you make little patties, and then you're going to fry them off. I have made these in little tiny chicken nugget balls for my kids before. I've made them into huge patties to make like burgers for lunch and that sort of thing. A very simple dinner, and I pretty much always have a packet of chicken mince in my freezer now, because this dinner is so quick and so easy to make. You can have it with a salad on the side or warm veggies. It is an absolute winner in our family, and I'm so glad that we actually make it all the time. To cook it, again, just put it in the pan with a bit of oil, cook it off each side. You will see that this actually crisps up really well, and these hold their shape. There is no egg wash, there is no dunking in flour, then egg, then breadcrumbs. The secret is you need to have chicken mince. So get yourself some chicken mince, stick it in your freezer, and when you want to make this dish, come back to the video and watch it. Simple as, happy family, everyone's got full bellies, and you hardly took any effort to cook this dinner. It's a winner.
Moving, make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing.
And the last few meals, I didn't really make a meal out of them. This is more food prepping, but I want to show you how easy it can be. So that packet I got on clearance from Coles, randomly had to go to Coles one day, and I found a packet for 25 cents. It had the sauce in it and the vegetables. Perfect. So I grabbed, I think it was 500 grams of chicken breast, cut the chicken breast up, put the veggies in a pot, cooked it, added the sauce, and I just gave myself 2 dinner meals, put them into containers and put them into the freezer. Very, very simple. This was really tasty. I've never seen those packets before, and for 25 cents I probably should have grabbed a few more of them because there was heaps. Now, while I was cooking, I had leftover chicken, so I split it between the 2 bags, and I've made 2 different flavored chicken dishes, well, 2 different flavored chickens for whenever I feel like making a chicken dish. I can just pull this out and cook with rice and some veggies. I can make a stir fry with it. There's lots of different options. So what I've got in the first one is like a honey soy chicken sauce I made for it. I put in a glog of soy sauce. I put in a couple of spoonfuls of garlic. We love garlic. And then I put in some honey. Sometimes I add ginger. I didn't have ginger this time, but that's just part of making your own homemade sauce. You can be creative and do what you want. You can put in some seeds with them. I can't think of the words for them. Some sesame seeds, and you've got a bit of an Asian inspired chicken sauce in the freezer. So all you have to do is take it out and cook it and add what you want with it. The second one is even more simple. I found it in my fridge. I had a red curry paste. I added a couple of spoonfuls into the packet. I've got a marinated chicken, so when I want to do a curry, a stir fry, chicken strips to cook up to have in salad wraps or something, I've got it pre-prepped for me. Really simple. A lot of these meals you can do in bulk. I hope you enjoyed some of the meals I have made in this video to give you something different to try. If you did like it, please let me know and give me some other ideas on videos you'd like to see in regards to cooking. Guys, we will talk again soon. Bye.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high.